This is East Midlands today. This lunchtime we're live in Nottingham on the day that Prince Harry paid his first ever visit to the city. Good afternoon, I'm Kylie Pentelow and you join me in Old Basford at the Headway charity. It helps people who have brain injuries and their families too. Now, when Prince Harry arrived here this morning, there was a very nice welcome for him indeed. Around 400 school children, in fact, came here to catch a glimpse of His Royal Highness. He then went inside the charity where he was set a few challenges to simulate just what it's like to have a brain injury. It was to help him understand what a challenge that would be. Now, opening the new headquarters, he spoke of how the charity is very close to his heart.
I'm particularly pleased to be with you today because my mother as patron very much admired Headway and the vital work that it does. For me, that's good enough. Today's short visit has enabled me to gain a real understanding, talking to the guys next door for the accidents that have happened and basically changed people's lives. But essentially, the volunteers, staff, and those directly affected by the brain injury, by brain injury, it's immediately clear to me just what an impact it can have.
Now, as well as those people inside, Harry made a real impression on the younger ones outside. They were right up to the barrier here, just trying to get a look at him. And he spent a lot of time speaking to the children here. I asked them what it was like to meet a prince.
We came here from Southport Primary School all the way to here just to meet Prince Harry because he invited us.
I thought that was a really good opportunity to see someone from the royal family that I've never seen before.
We actually get to see a royal.
What do you think of Prince Harry? What do you know about him?
He's part of the royal family and he's really kind.
Prince Harry talked to me.
What did he say?
He said I look like Wayne Rooney.
And didn't he look like Wayne Rooney? Well, with me now is Peter McCaig, who's the Chief Executive of Headway. Just tell me what it's been like today.
It's been fantastic. It's been such an enjoyable experience and such a boost for our volunteers, for the survivors of a brain injury and for their families.
What does it mean to the charity to have a royal visitor?
Well, it raises the profile, it makes people more aware of brain injury, and it also enables people that need our help to know where we are and what they can get from us.
What do you think you can do from here on in and try to use this contact that you've had with Harry?
Well, we know that he's been very engaged with all the people that he's met today, and he's heard some really interesting stories of how people sustain their injuries that could happen to you, to me, to anyone. And we hope that this will be the start of a relationship, just as it was with his mother, who was our patron from 1991 to 96.
Do you see any kind of similarities between Prince Harry and his mother?
Well, one thing that I noticed was as soon as he got from his car, he went straight over to one of the children, and she was a disabled girl, and he got down on his haunches and he spoke to her at eye level. And I had the privilege of working with his mother, and I saw her doing exactly the same. So I think he's clearly learned something from watching his mum at a very young age.
Just very briefly, just tell me about the challenge you've set him to.
Well, Johnson Bahari and James Cracknell, who are both brain injured, have asked His Royal Highness if he would like to participate in a challenge that we'll be doing in 2014. And there'll be a team of brain injury survivors trying to do a difficult task, and the indications are that he'll be willing to support that event.
I'm sure he will. Thanks very much for joining me. Now, you might have noticed that at the end of his